What's up, everyone? Chance here with Missouri Outdoors. Today we're going to be going in here on the back of my grandparents' property, and we're going to try to get us a little bit of goldenseal dug. As I was walking in, I did notice a few turkeys right up here in front of us that were walking off the hill. Which reminds me, I should mention that in Missouri, our bow season opens September 15th. So it's a little less than 2 weeks away. Well, actually 10 days as of right now, because today is September 5th. And in our bow season, we get 2 deer tags and 2 turkey tags. So there's going to be plenty of hunting videos coming soon. I do a lot of bow hunting every year, so there's going to be plenty of footage from a tree stand. But alright guys, we're going to get down in here. All we got to do is drop off this hill and we'll be at the Goldenseal patch and we'll get set up and start digging some. I'll kind of show you guys around and give you a look at all of it, and then we'll get to digging. But alright, stay tuned. Alright guys, we've made it in here. Most of the goldenseal, it's like basically the only ground cover left in here right now. But you can see a lot of them are already starting to die back. Like that's one we might dig. It's got one right here next to it that's would have been big enough to dig. That one's big enough. Pretty good plant. That one's big enough. But you can see, like there's still some remnants of them. Most of the leaves and everything is done died back, which is kind of sad. I may not be able to get near as much as I was hoping I'd get out of here. But I mean, it's all up and down through here. Like that's some. All of this is. That. But yeah, the nice thing about goldenseal is most buyers will buy the root and the top of the plant. So like all of this is, I don't know, my prices may be a little off, but I was on a Facebook group I follow. Some people were offering anywhere from $45 to like $75 a pound for the root dried. And if you could dry the top with the top still remaining green, they were given like, I don't know, $7.50 to $14.50 a pound for it dried. So if you're going to be digging the plant, you might as well take the top too if you can make a little bit more money off of it. But alright, we're going to walk around here and try to find a good spot to set up and dig, and we're going to get to digging a few of these, even if we don't get to dig very many. Huh. Looks like a pile of deer crap. That's good, because I've got a tree stand right over here on this ridge that we're going to be hunting in a few days. So it's nice to see a little bit of deer and turkey sign. Oh yeah, an update on them turkeys I seen. Right after I got off the camera, I went to walk off the hill and walked right up on a whole group of them. There was a big hen and it looked like 7 or 8 smaller this year's baby turkeys. But we'll probably get better footage of them come deer season and turkey season when we can set up in the tree stand and get them real close, and I'll take footage of them then. I tried just now, but they were too far for the GoPro to pick up on. But alright, we're going to get set up around here somewhere and get a few of these dug. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I got you set up. Since there's not a lot around here, I am going to show me digging up the root of this plant. It's a big 2-prong, which is pretty much all they get to, is about 2-prong. But we got our fancy little horseshoe hook one of my buddies made for me. What I do is I just start scratching right around the top here. You can see here's an old plant. Let me zoom in for you so you guys can actually see the root. Alright, but you can start to see it right where my finger is. You got to be a lot more careful with Goldenseal compared to ginseng because its root's a lot smaller and grows a lot more shallow. But you can still see, like, it's just like ginseng in the way it likes to grow in a rocky terrain. And I know I'm going to probably get some comments for digging this close to the base at the beginning, because you can see I'm kind of pulling up part of the surface root of it. You can just see how long they are. Yeah, you just kind of pick at it and keep digging around it carefully until you get her pretty much dug out. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good root. Trying to keep the camera stable for this is a pain. The tripod I'm using has flexible legs and it doesn't really like to stay put very well. But yeah, you can kind of get to a point where you can kind of just shake it a little bit and shimmy it and it'll come pretty much loose. You might have to break up the soil around where the long roots are going in, but eventually she'll come free. There we go. Just like that. That's a Goldenseal root. You can see like the main part of it in here. But yeah, not bad at all. It takes a lot of Goldenseal to make a pound. A lot. Like, I dug in here 3 or 4 years ago, and after I got it dried, I still only had like 7 ounces, I believe it was. I weighed it the other day. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, you guys. But not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, but I mean, you can see, you can literally do that all day. Like, there's another one here that could be dug. We'll probably end up digging. I don't know, I'm probably not going to dig a lot in here. At least not near as much as I had planned to. Just because, I mean, there's still a lot of plants around, but they're... most of the younger ones have already died off. And I don't want to go digging right around the bases of them. Because like here's a good example. That's one plant. Let me zoom out a little bit. If I can. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you can see here's a plant. And here's a plant that I wouldn't dig because it's only got 1 prong. And they're literally going into the ground right next to each other. So, and I don't know, a lot of this might be just because we haven't really had a lot of rain in Missouri in the last month or so. Like the last week, we've had more rain than probably the last 2 months combined. So a lot of like that low ground cover, like especially something like Goldenseal and even sometimes ginseng. Because by this time of the year, it's getting close to the end of its growth phase. And it's more apt to die off a little earlier than all the other will because it's nearing the end of its life cycle for that year. So alright, we're going to get this one taken care of and put in a bag, and we may dig a few more. I'm not 100% sure yet. But when we get home later, I'll show you all the roots we did dig and maybe talk a little more. But alright guys, before I go, I want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to go do that. It's always free, never costs a thing. If you like this video, make sure to leave me a like and share it out. It always helps the channel to grow. But alright guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Have a good one.